Number 4 is asking us to factorize completely. So now how do we factorize completely? So quickly, let's do this. We have this quadratic expression. We have 2x squared minus x minus 6. H condi, we have 2x squared minus x minus 6. How do we factorize that? So this is a quadratic expression. It's not quadratic equation. It is an expression. All right, so we are going to find our product. Since we have been asked to factorize, so we find our product. So the product, this information that we are correcting is for our own benefit, not for the solution. They help us to find the factors. So for our common divide by 2 to make it easier, I think m just like that would be okay. Unless we had something, let's say we had a 4 here, then dividing by 2 would have been better. Now, because it's not even equated to 0, so I hope you have understood. All right, so our product will be 2 times negative 6. That's how you find the product. Is the 2, these 2, the coefficient of x squared times negative 6, so you get negative 12 is our product. Then for sum, you look for the coefficient of that x. The coefficient of that x is negative 1. We have negative here, but there's one x, so negative 1 is our sum. Okay, then for factors, we look for 2 numbers. Those 2 numbers, when we multiply those 2 numbers, we get negative 12. But when we add those 2 numbers, we get a negative 1. So those 2 numbers, you look for those numbers that can give you a 12. Okay, 1 times 12 can give us a 12, but if we add them, can it give us negative 1? No. So we have 1 times 12, we have 6 times 2, then we have 4 times 3. 4 times 3, it is 12. Okay, but now we are dealing with the negative. So which one? I'm going to put negative on the 4. Negative 4 times 3 is what? It's negative 12. Then what if I say negative 4 plus 3? I'm going to get negative 1. So this qualifies to be my factors. Okay, so always when you have been given a product, your product will help you find your factors. So you look for those numbers, 2 numbers that if you multiply those 2 numbers, you get that. So you always look for which numbers can give you a 12. Okay, so now we have negative 4 and 3. These are our factors, just like Emma said. So we write our expression. So now we're going to have 2x squared. Then where there is negative x, now we are using the factors. So to be negative 4x plus 3x minus 6. Negative 4x plus 3x is negative x. So we haven't changed anything at all. Then after that, we factorize in parts. So we start with this part and that. Okay? So how do we factor out? In our first part, 2 and x is a common factor. 2 and x is a common factor. So I'll factor out 2x. Then if I factor out 2x, then I'm going to divide now 2x into the expression. So I'll say 2x squared divided by 2x, I'll get x. Then I say negative 4x divided by 2x, I get negative 2. Okay? So in my other part, I need to make sure that I have that in the bracket. In that bracket, I need to have the same thing as x minus 2. So if that's the case, what am I supposed to do? I'll factor out 3, because 3 is a common factor. Okay, so I have 3, which is positive 3. All right, then say 3x divided by 3 is x. Negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. Now we have the shouting factors. If you get to this point, my friend, that means your factorizing is moving smoothly. After you do that, Gladys, after you do that, what do? You pick these and make them in one bracket. So it will be 2x plus 3. Then you say x minus 2. This is how you factorize completely. I am Sonda.